Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex and this is Musicians Lifestyle, the place where we help each other become better musicians. So, I hope you've been doing okay. I'm actually a little bit sick today, but this gave me an idea for my next episode. Stay until the end of this one to find out what I'll talk about next time. So, tell me guys, have you ever struggled, especially the singer-songwriters among you, have you ever struggled to come up with nice chords for your songs? I know I did before I started learning music theory. Now, it's okay not to know a lot of theory when you're a singer-songwriter because this is more of an intuitive thing rather than a theory-based thing. So, yeah, that's perfectly okay. But what I see among my friends who are singer-songwriters, a lot of them just use major and minor triads, which is okay, but it's also a little bit boring. As I told you last time, today I will talk about my favorite chords and what is it I like about them. However, when I started planning this video, I realized there's so many chords that I want to talk about, I cannot possibly fit them all in one video, so I'm gonna make a few episodes dedicated to my favorite chords. Today, I will talk about 3 chords that make your song sound more beautiful, tender, and sweet. So, without further ado, let's get to the first chord, which is a major 7th chord. Now, as you probably guessed, that's a major chord. Let's take it from the key of C major. So if we take C as our root note, this is what the C major chord would sound like. C major 7th chord would sound like. Okay, so we have the root C, major 3rd, E, perfect 5th, G, and up until here we have a simple major triad, and then we add the major 7th, B. Okay, so what I love about this chord is how it feels both a bit tense but at rest at the same time. This is due to the major 7th, the B, which, depending on the voicing, creates various tensions. Now let's look at a few different voicings. So there's the fundamental position, of course. Okay, this is it, the one I played already, with the major 7th on top. Now let's look at the position where we have the 5th on top. So if we play the C, the root note, with the left hand, then we need to play B, which is the major 7th, E, the major 3rd, and G. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? My favorite voicing, however, is when we have the 3rd on top. So here we can play again C, G, which is the 5th, the major 7th, B, and then this time I'm not gonna omit the root note 1 octave higher. I'm gonna play the C here as well, and then we add the major 3rd on top. Now, why didn't I omit the root note? It's because it's right next to the major 7th and it creates this semitone interval, which is very dissonant, but when you surround it with the major 3rd above and the 5th below, it sounds a bit dissonant, but it also sounds nice. It doesn't bother your brain, it doesn't make you go ugh. Okay, so there's a very nice song by a band called Deftones. That's one of my favorite bands, that basically starts with an arpeggio of this major 7th chord. I don't remember the exact key of the song because I haven't listened to it for a very long time, but let's take it from C again. So it goes something like this. The song is called Sex Tape, and it's a very beautiful song. So it goes something like this. So yeah, it's basically C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B, C, B. Okay, in the original that's played on a guitar, but yeah, I only have a piano here, so yeah, it's that's the C major 7th chord played as an arpeggio. Okay, let's check out chord number 2, which is the minor 9th chord. Now, the 9th is one of my favorite intervals in all of its forms. I love, when I write a melody, I love finishing a phrase on the 9th, especially when it falls on a minor chord, because it creates a very slight dissonance and the feeling of sort of an uncertain resolution, something like that. So let's hear what it sounds like, okay? Let's see. So again, we will start from C. So we have C, the root note. This time we will have a minor third because it's a minor chord, okay? So after C we have E flat, then we have G, and this so far is a simple minor triad, C minor. Then we have a minor 7th, not a major 7th, minor 7th, B flat, and we add the 9th. Okay, this is the 9th, D in this case. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it sounds very beautiful. My favorite voicing, however, is not the fundamental one. It's the one where we play the root note with the left hand, then we hit the minor 7th, then we go to the 9th, the minor 3rd, and the 5th on top. So why do I like this interval? If you remember the last chord that I talked about, again, it's because of this dissonance created here in the middle between the 9th and the minor 3rd. There's a semitone between them, so that's a very strong dissonance. However, it's surrounded by the minor 7th and the 5th. And when it's surrounded, when it's in the middle, it sounds good, even though it's dissonant. Okay, perfect. Now, let's take a look at the last chord that I'm going to talk about today, which is again a minor chord. And it's called a minor add 4. Now, there are two types of intervals, dissonant and consonant intervals, and most of them could only be one type. They are either dissonant or consonant. However, the 4th can be both depending on the context. So let's hear what an add 4 chord sounds like. Again, starting from C. So we have the C minor triad, C, E flat, G, and one tone above the minor 3rd and one tone below the perfect 5th. There's the perfect 4th. Okay, so this is it, the F in this case. Seldom will you hear a chord progression finishing on this chord. More often than not, it would lead to a minor chord, something like this, because the 4th doesn't resolve very well. It doesn't give you that sense of resolution. That's why it would normally be preceding a minor chord or something like that. Okay, so that was it for today. These are the 3 soft chords that are gonna make your song sound beautiful, sweet, and tender. I hope you liked them. Let me know in the comments below which one did you like the most. And in my next video, as I promised, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna talk about. I will talk about how to sing when you're feeling sick. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few tips on that. Hope you liked this video. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.